Hey, in an industry, we talk about this quite often, but really what you need to focus on with yourself is getting out of that habit of trying to be someone you're not. You know, I'm not a really big component of putting on a suit every day and going out and presenting to people, because then I find myself always having to have that suit on. So in a minute, I'm going to introduce you to Gabe, One Take Gabe. He's got a huge brand within a local industry here. He's very well known, one guy I respect and love the most. But I'm going to bring him in. We're going to talk about how to create a brand within yourself. Where do you find that brand? Where do you dig deep to become somebody that's your unique self? In an industry where we're oversaturated with tons of other loan officers, tons of other professionals, working with multiple companies that all have the same products, we're all selling the same things, we're all essentially the same people. How do you become someone unique, and how do you let people know who that unique person is? And how do you grow with that for the rest of your career? So, Gabe, I want to introduce you now, man. Appreciate you coming through.
You, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and kind of just give the rundown, dude. You know?
Yeah, so originally I'm from Nebraska, and I moved out here about 8 years ago now.
All right.
And I was actually working at UPS at the time. And then I was doing music, so I figured in order to like evolve in music, I needed music videos, and that's how I kind of got into the camera game. And then I quit UPS with my first job actually doing content for a real estate investor. And that's when I really like took it full stride.
Broke out, right?
Yeah.
So like you haven't even been doing that this long, you know? I mean, if you really look back 8 years, I've been doing mortgages for 20 years.
Yeah.
You probably have a bigger presence in the industry than I do, and you've been doing it for a fraction amount of time.
Well, I actually started in 2018 is when I actually really became in the real estate industry. And, you know, it's been, you know, obviously there's always ups and downs, but I really took it upon myself to like kind of try to change how real estate videos look.
Totally.
Like when you think about a property tour, they're usually boring. Like at least 5-10 years ago, it's just like, you know, corporate music. It just wasn't very exciting.
Yeah.
And so I think I took it upon myself to kind of change that for real estate agents to make it more exciting, more punchy.
So we're doing some
modern.
Disruption, right? You're disrupting
Exactly.
that industry a little bit. You're bringing in, you're not really even trying to recreate the wheel. You're just kind of bringing yourself into the equation, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
So talk to me about how you incorporated what you think is kind of your style into just doing whatever the hell you want, which essentially created that brand for yourself that people fell in love with. I mean, you weren't like trying to be someone different, right?
Yeah, so, you know, as a creator, I felt like, you know, being a creator, I wanted to feel free in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you think about like musical artists, right? Like they're pretty much, you know who Lil Wayne is, you know, and they do what they want, right?
Sure.
And for me, coming into this industry, I didn't want to like have to like dress up in a suit and tie. Obviously, like real estate is very, I think some people look at it as kind of corporate, you know, but the truth is you got freedom to kind of do what you want, to present yourself the way you want to, especially now. Because I think I see a lot of realtors that, you know, they dress up, they get, you know, down to the nines or whatever, and I really feel like you don't have to do that. You don't have to put on this like professional image unless that's what you want to do and that's who you are, right? Like for me, I wanted to grow my dreads out. I wanted to, you know, rock Jordans whenever I want to, you know, and just kind of, you know, be comfortable in this space. And I think that's helped me brand myself. Because a lot of people know, like, I guess the moniker One Take Gabe, like, they know that, the dude with dreads, you know, like.
Well, yeah, I said that earlier, you know, when they asked me who was first, I told them One Take Gabe was coming in, half the guys in the room knew you, so that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I think, like, so when I really started to snowball my career, and maybe you can attest to this, I really started to, like, break into really deep relationships when I stopped being someone else. Because my closet was full of suits, tie every day. And then I kind of made this transition where I started to really focus on building relationships just like you and I have. Right. I mean, you've called me for a mortgage, I call you all the time, I need help, right? Like, we trust each other, and that's not because I'm wearing a suit. right?
That's
Same with
because
you.
of who you are, right?
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Because we try to find like that core insight. So if we're telling people to really kind of leverage what they're unique about or what they're good about, what are some good ways to really kind of break that old school model of like wearing a suit every day? How it's actually pretty easy to kind of be organic and be yourself, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, when people are attracted to you because, like we just said, who you are and what your vibe is, right? And so when you bring that into like your profession, I think that's what's gonna attract more people to you. People they want to see somebody that's authentic, right? Like, you could help me on a mortgage, but later on we could go have a beer and, kick it, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of people feel like it's just all transactional all the time, and, business, business, business. But it's like, dude, you want to work with people who you like and you trust.
Right?
Right.
Let's snowball on that, because like what I love about the fact that, the ice is broken right out the gate. We're boys out the gate. We're buddies. Like, you can call me for a mortgage, and then you can kind of really just check in and disconnect, and everything's taken care of. Right? Like sometimes if you don't have that bond with people, even if you can't make it quickly with your clients because you're trying to think too far out of the box on how to be like overly professional, it just gets stagnant. You get tired of that shit. You get
Yeah.
stuck like in the same motions every day. So it's like one way to really break like enjoyment, I think, into any industry, but especially our industry, because there's so many people that you can build relationships with. It's like, take that mask off, right? Exactly. Figure out who you are, demystify yourself, brand yourself, and then disrupt the industry a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think loan officers especially, when you think about the ones that most of them are wearing suits and they're like all buttoned up all the time.
Yeah.
It's like majority of the real estate agents out there or other people that you want to partner with, financial advisors, even financial advisors, you would expect a loan officer would wear a suit with a financial advisor, but it's like a lot of these guys just want to be with normal people.
Yeah, I think the old ways of the industry are kind of slowly phasing out, especially because of social media. And if you're not on video, please get on video, because that's gonna
chase one take game.
that's gonna definitely it's gonna blow up your brand a lot faster than just like, obviously relationships and everything. But if you want to reach people, you definitely need to show that on video and be authentic. Like, don't try to do stuff
to like not be yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are just like, they're scared of what people are gonna think of who they truly are.
Right.
And that's where it's like, you got to disconnect from that. Totally. And really like
put the people you want to scare away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you want to scare away the people that need you to be over the top, and kind of get through the grit and then get down to your baseline and find the people that you jive with, right?
Right.
For sure,
right.
Man. So talk to me about the classes that you offer, how you help people kind of put together a schedule or a program to be on social media and to be filming video. Because one of the early steps that you and I took in the process, we talked about like doing all this high-end stuff, and you're like, whoa, dude, pump the brakes. Like, I'll give you a beginner kit where you can basically film from your phone, do this and that. And you slowed me down and you allowed me to really kind of focus more so on who I am and branding within myself versus going over the top, trying to have a high-end like production studio just for filming social media. So run through like your course a little bit and tell people how you can help them get into social media and doing film.
What we do is we offer like monthly packages for real estate professionals, where we come in, we could actually do the videos for you, or you could do the videos yourself, and then we send it off to our editors, and then right now the captions are huge, so our editors make you look good and add the captions and everything. And then we also like on the back end just like show you how to set up your space, whether it's a home, office, or if you're just out in your car or something, for best lighting practices and best audio, so that on the back end, we could do what we do best and create, you know, a good video.
Polish up the brand, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Well, man, I appreciate you, dude.
Appreciate you
Thank
too.
you so much for coming in, dude.
Thank you.
All right, if you guys have questions, make sure you reach out to One Take Gabe. I've known this guy for maybe 4 to 5 years. I trust him with pretty much everything that I do. But remember, when you're trying to figure out what to do within your world in this mortgage space, all these mortgage companies are offering the same mortgage products. We're all out there selling the same type of services. Change that up, become who you are, take that mask off, and disrupt that industry with yourself individually, and go out and kick some ass. Thank you.